Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Music Culture Daily. I'm your host, Maurice. Please like, comment, and share the video. Hit the bell for notifications. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about, like the title says, Eminem has been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for the class of 2022. Basically, this video is about whether you think Eminem deserved to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. For me, to answer that question, to give a quick answer, I would say yes. Eminem, this came out, I think, on yesterday, and a lot of people, basically, it had a lot of backlash and a lot of backlash online and on social media, namely Benzino. Benzino had a great point. He basically said, how did Eminem get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before a lot of legendary black hip-hop artists that came before him? And he definitely raised great points by saying that. He went on to say, basically reading what he tweeted, he said the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is just like the Grammys. It has no respect for our culture, black or hip-hop, and if you don't agree with that, you're racist. Point blank. He also tweeted, basically, how can Eminem get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before a lot of black legendary hip hop artists such as Nas? That's a great point. Eric B. and Rakim, great point. Kumo D, another one. EPMD, Fearless 4, Fat Boys, Lauryn Hill, Lil Kim, and Outkast, just to name a few. And like he said, hundreds of other black artists. And I got to thinking, he definitely has a point. Some of these artists definitely should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Why they're not in there yet, I don't know. They said the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was started 36 years ago. And basically it is voted upon they say rock experts that vote. I think the fans, the people that's part of the culture, the fans that buy the music, more black people should be voting on, especially the black performance category. And basically you are eligible for induction after 25 years from your first release, your first album, your first release. So Eminem was up for consideration, and he got in to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame on his first year of eligibility. And I think Eminem definitely deserves to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But like Benzino was saying, what about those other artists that should be in there, like Nas and Eric B. and Rakim and Outkast and artists like that came before Eminem? They definitely should be in there. Like I said, taking nothing from Eminem, whether you like him or not, whether you listen to him or not. He's definitely one of the greatest hip-hop artists of all time. Basically, Eminem, he has a legendary catalog. I think he's still the highest selling hip-hop artist of all time. He broke numerous records. He sold hundreds of millions of records, sold out stadiums. He's one of the best lyricists of all time. White, black, male, female. One of the best rappers of all time. So I definitely think he deserves to be in there. Like I said, two things can be true. He deserves to be in there, but also those other artists should be in there as well if Eminem is in there. It goes by what you think. I know a lot of people may not agree with that. I know a lot of people may say, and I agree, I do think Nas should have been in there before Eminem. I do think Outkast should have been in there. Eric B. and Rakim should have been in there. But a lot of people may not know some of the most legendary hip-hop artists just got in over the last 5 to 10 years. Jay-Z and LL Cool J just got in last year, the class of 2021. Biggie got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2017. Tupac was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in, Tupac was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2017. Notorious B.I.G. was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2020. NWA finally got in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2016. The Beastie Boys got in in 2012. Run DMC got in 2009. And the forefathers like Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 was the first pioneer rap group to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2007. But like I said, nothing to take nothing away from Eminem. He definitely is one of the greatest artists of all time, not just hip hop. He won an Oscar. He's an actor. He's a well accomplished hip hop lyricist, well respected hip hop lyricist. So you let me know what your thoughts. I think he deserves to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I don't think that's what people argument is. I think they're just saying that he shouldn't be in there before the likes of a Nas or Outkast. And everybody knows what these guys brought to the table. Outkast especially, you know what they did for the South and what they did for Atlanta with their debut album in 1993. They pretty much took the South to another level. For what they did and their style. Andre 3000 and Big Boy are two of the greatest hip hop artists of all time, two of the best lyricists of all time, and they put out nothing but classic hip hop albums. They changed the game. So I didn't give much thought. Like, yeah, Outkast is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. A Tribe Called Quest is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I think that's a shame. Those artists definitely deserve more consideration, and hopefully the guidelines in the voting process will change in the near future. Maybe next year some of them guys will get recognition. Nas, Tribe Called Quest, Eric B and Rakim, Outkast, and those people. Because if Eminem got in, it shouldn't be just based off popularity and based off album sales. It should be based off the body of work and what they meant to the hip hop culture. So that's why we need more people that look like us voting in those rooms when they're voting for the hip hop category. So I definitely agree with that. But that's my thoughts. I don't want to make this video too long. Let me know what your thoughts is. Do you think Eminem deserves to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? If so, do you think he deserved to be in there over, like the artists that they mentioned that's not in there? Like I said, just think about Jay-Z just got in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. LL Cool J just got in. And off the subject, in another genre of music, Lionel Richie is getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year with Eminem, and Dolly Parton is getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they've been around for the last 40-50 years. So who knows what they're doing over there with the voting. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just been around for 36 years, but I definitely would have thought those two would have been in there already, Dolly Parton and Lionel Richie, among others. And Tina Turner just got in there last year with Jay-Z and LL Cool J. So it's crazy, but back to the hip hop thing, I definitely think more hip hop artists should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So that's my thoughts. I digress. I'm not gonna make this video too long. Let me know in the comment section, do you think Eminem should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame right now? If not, why? If so, that's good. But I think he should. I think he deserved it. I think he did leave an imprint on the hip hop culture. So salute to Eminem for that. But we need to do better, and hopefully the guidelines change and we'll see more black hip hop artists inducted in the near future. But that's my video for today. Please like, comment, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. Let me know what your thoughts is on this subject matter. Until next time, keep pushing the culture forward, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.